Did you drink it already? There's no second round. Not that we're raging, but... Okay, I think we're ready. Happy birthday, Finland! 100 years! Keep this cheers, whatever there is. Ja seuraavaksi pyytäisin tänne lavalle illan juhlapuhujan. You can be seated. I would ask, up here with me, Lieutenant Colonel Everstiluutnantti Pasi Tolvanen.
Distinguished guests, dear compatriots and friends of Finland, I'm honored to be here today in front of you as a representative of the Finnish Defense Forces and to celebrate the 100 years of independence here in Dallas, Texas, the Finland 100 Gala. I want to thank the Finnish American Business Guild and Finland 100 team for inviting me and my wife to go to the gala. This is our third visit to Texas, but I can say from the third visit, that the brief visit that we've been here, that the Lone Star State has a special place in our hearts. We're truly honored to be here today. The gala promotion on the websites for a few days ago, it still said that there would be a brigadier general giving a speech to you. So I might add that it should have read that a future brigadier general. So don't be disappointed. So ladies and gentlemen, Finland is a country far away in the Europe's north, and its people are known throughout the history for their persistence, sisu. The history of our last century is marked on one hand by independence gained in 1917 after having been under Swedish and Russian rule for approximately 800 years. On the other hand, we persevered through the difficult years, war years between 1939 and 1945, when, to the astonishment of the whole world, the Finns fought bravely against the Soviet Union in both the Winter War and the Continuation War, and then finally against the Germans in the Lapland War. We kept our independence, even though we lost around 10% of the Finnish territory to the Soviet Union. But Helsinki was one of the 3 European capitals to be at war and never be occupied, alongside with London and Moscow. After the war, intense rebuilding and the development of our modern-day Finland began. Thanks to this, according to a study made public by the World Economic Forum in April this year, we now live in the world's safest country. In Finland, democracy and the equality and well-being of its citizens, among other things, are at a very high level. Today, it is much easier for us to step into the second century of our independence than it was 100 years ago when we took our first steps as a nation. However, Finland still faces many challenges, even today. Finland's security environment is not as strong as before the annexation of Crimea and the conflict of East Ukraine. The military strategic importance of the Baltic region has grown, and the military activities in that area have increased. The states in Finland's neighboring area of Finland have reached to the changes in the security environment by improving the readiness of the armed forces and by making decisions on new material procurements and increasing defense budgets. This doesn't mean that we expect the war to break out, but rather that we must be prepared if military power is used against us or we are threatened by its use. Making sure that our own defense is strong is not saber-rattling. It's our duty and a stabilizing factor for our security environment. Our message is clear. Finland maintains a defense capability and readiness that is proportionate to this security environment. The principles and implementation of Finland's defense is called the Finnish model. In it, military national defense is part of the vital functions of Finland's overall security and safety, among other things like public order, the subsistence and functional capability of the population, and leadership of the state. Finland's defense capability is based on ground, maritime, and air defense capabilities proportionate to the operational environment, along with the joint capabilities needed to support them. Despite the fact that Finland does not belong to any military alliance, cooperation in the field of defense plays an important role in our country's defense capacity. Through defense cooperation, we ensure our compatibility and also our capability to connect assistance to our own defense system. In order to develop connectivity and compatibility and address transnational threats or be part of a coalition preventing conflicts from breaking out, we deploy our well-trained and well-equipped troops to several operations around the world. Finland is a peacekeeping and crisis management heavy lifter. Last year we celebrated the 60th anniversary of the United Nations peacekeeping operations. Finland was among the nations that contributed troops in the first peacekeeping operation in Suez in 1956. Since Suez, the Finnish soldiers and civilians have been part of over 30 operations throughout the world, and in many cases, shoulder to shoulder with US troops. Our active role and notable contributions are driven by the common values and principles promoting world peace and order and dealing with the conflicts before they grow out of proportion and could come crashing to our front door. I might add that the Finnish peacekeeping troops are pretty well known for their saunas. A sauna per platoon which is 20 to 30 soldiers. It's quite common in all the camps that there's a Finnish contingent. Today and in the foreseeable future, cooperation and strong partnerships are the key to stability and peaceful development. As the current United States Secretary of Defense, Mr. Mattis, put in his confirmation hearing in front of the U.S. Senate, quote, nations with allies thrive and nations without don't. Military cooperation between Finland and the United States goes back for decades. For example, the 44 Brewster fighters purchased from the U.S. and American financial donations helped us to struggle against the Soviet Union in the Winter War and Continuation War. After the Second World War, and especially after the Cold War ended, our relations in the field of defense have continued to become more and more established, and our cooperation has increased. Today, our cooperation is based on extensive material cooperation with the Hornet fighters and related systems and weapons at its core. Training and other forms of cooperation also play an important role in our mutual activities. The Finnish government's defense report published February 2017 highlights the position of the United States as an important partner of Finland. It is important for Finland to continue close partnership in the field of material and further deepen our defense cooperation with the United States in accordance with the Statement of Intent on bilateral defense cooperation and its implementation plan. This includes, among other things, the deepening the defense policy dialogue, exchanging information, strengthening capabilities, readiness, interoperability, exercise activities, material and research cooperation. Dear friends, for Finland's defense and its development, the importance of cooperation, dependency, defense cooperation, and networking is now greater than ever in view of today's security challenges. Our long-term friendship, shared values, and mutual trust create a strong foundation for further deepening the cooperation between Finland and the United States. We Finns are good at working jointly, thinking outside of the stovepipes. By this I mean all the Finns, not just the defense domain. I mean the Finns in Finland and abroad. Every one of us is an ambassador in one's own field of expertise. Working together as the Finnish team, we can make sure that the next 100 years will be prosperous. I wish you all Finns and friends of Finland, very pleasant Veterans Day and Finland 100 Gala celebration, and a nice evening here among good friends. Kiitos. Thank you.